REED-BBS. BBS. We got more Jesse Bam Rodriguez versus NAOYA INOUE talk. But before we delve deeper into that, please join me this Saturday, June 29th, for a Bam versus Juan Francisco Estrada live stream, narrated by yours truly, REED-BBS. Now, if YouTube throws curveballs my way, if the stream is interrupted for any reason, like my Inoue versus Neary live stream was, guess what? I'll just start another stream. I'll make lemonade out of them lemons and start another stream. So please rock with your boy. I did one for the Bam versus Showtime Sonny Edwards fight. So why not Bam versus Gallo, right? Right? Anyway. Bam. Whoa, Bam. His dream fight, he says. The one he longs for is my dude, my bruh, my Tomodachi, NAOYA INOUE. In Japan. In Japan. Bam Super Bowl, his World Cup, his Olympic level moment. For that, the man in the opposite corner, for him to achieve that, feel that type of moment, it needs to be NAOYA INOUE in Inoue's backyard. Yeah. You talk about audacious. Anyway, on the more immediate horizon, assuming Bam beats Gallo, a safe assumption, I'd say, looking to unify with the Kazuto Ioka versus Fernando Martinez winner. The winner of that fight would be the WBA and IBF super flyweight champion, presumably Ioka, in Japan. In Japan. Meanwhile, the WBO belt is also held by a Japanese fighter, Kosei Tanaka. Next weight class up, 118, bantamweight. Yeah, all four belts currently held by Japanese fighters. All of them. Most notably, Junto Nakatani, who appears to be the best of the lot. You know, the fights will be fought and wars will be waged, but right now it's looking like Nakatani, I'm just saying. Needless to say, Japan is where it's at for the lower weights. Over 50,000 asses were in seats packing the Tokyo Dome for Inoue versus Neary. And they're not the top of the food chain. They are the food chain. Japan is the food chain. Just ask Cool Boy Steph, who tripled his previous career high purse facing Inoue in Japan. Now, luckily, Bam, he calls Japan his home away from home. So, fortunately, it won't be a problem or a deal breaker having to go across the pond, as they say. Bam, he's willing to travel to the smoke, climbing up the chimney or weight classes, as the case may be, looking for smoke, looking for work. 2 years ago, a friend of mine, 2 years ago, Shakur Stevenson said he would pick Bam over Inoue. He said that 2 years ago. This was after Bam's KO of Wisaksil Wangek, professionally known as Sorung Visai. And it's not like Shakur and Bam are stable mates or anything. No vested interest on Shakur's part to praise Bam in that fashion. They sparred once, Shakur said Bam's strength and body punching impressed him, especially for his size. And he's always been a fan, simple as. But an example of how audacious Bam Rodriguez is, on just 5 days' notice, Bam filled in for Sorung Visai against Carlos Cuadras. Bam was moving up from 112. He had a fight signed on the same card at 112. Sorung Visai can't fight. They asked Bam, he wants to fight at 115. Bam is daring to be great. He was daring to be great then, and it paid off. So the improbability of beating the monster in Japan, be damned. Bam wants that smoke, like I keep saying. And let's not forget, low-key, Bam is part of the same team that co-signed on Mikey Garcia daring to be great, jumping up 2 weight classes, no tune-up, no filter, no chaser, to challenge Earl Spence for his welterweight title. Let's not forget that. Ultimately, though, age and career trajectory, it makes Bam versus Inoue problematic in the foreseeable future for sure. But who knows? Inoue, his ceiling is probably 126 or 130, which Bam is on record saying is also his ceiling. But Inoue is going to be at 26 as early as next year, 2025, with Bam still having ample stones worth turning for now at 115. So, if you're going to press me on it, I think an Inoue fight would end pretty badly for Bam. I just do. Anytime in the next 3 years or so, it doesn't end well for Bam. It just doesn't. And I wouldn't want to see that. My man's got a good trajectory for his career. I get that he wants to climb high, but sometimes you reach too high, man. Maybe down the line, once Bam's filled out a bit, maybe when Inoue's starting to show decline, but not anytime soon. Bam. Whoa, Bam. REED-BBS. BBS. Blackberg Sugar. Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Television. Fred Sanford of the Fistic Arts. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.